So this should be on any moment now. Alright. If you have any more lagging issues, let me know. I can change it down. I dropped it down 1 megabit a second. I dropped it down 2,500 kilobits a second, so it should be less issue, but it'll be less quality as well. But you know, who cares? You're probably on a mobile phone or whatever. So this should stop the lagging. The lagging is not on my end because I'm not getting any drop frames. It's just I'm streaming at such a high quality that it's too much for your connection. So. Definitely want to make sure that the stream is not being too obtrusive to the people watching. Okay, so you can see it. I'm not seeing that there's watchers. Let me refresh my machine or my thing. Well, I guess the flawed, but I don't see people on stream. Oh, whatever. If you can see me just fine. Ah, there we go. There's 3 people. Okay, good. I'm also recording this stuff, so it actually, if I cut it off every 3 hours or less, I can actually take the video into Premiere afterwards and do a time lapse. I found that anything longer than that, I just can't bring it into Premiere at all. This is too much things. Oh, hey, the light leaves me. Right now, I'm waiting for this to finish dumping SMDs so I can try compiling. I trying to work out the scaling thing where I want it the right scale. If this is not the right, if this doesn't work, and I can't get it to work through Blender, then I'm going to have to change scale within Maya itself, and you know that's not too big a deal. We'll see. Let me just stick Twitter real quick. I take it you saw my Twitter thing. That's how you joined. So anyway, yeah. So what we need to do now is go back in here, and I don't know if maybe I should assume that the textures are fine. I don't know. We'll see. But what I've got now is SHB idle, which is what I'm going to have to add into. This is what I needed. Excuse me, forgot to make. Kind of curious, maybe that's what the problem was, but we'll see. Yes. Okay. Let's go back to where's that? There's my QC file, my SMD file. Nah, SMDs. I don't need that QC. I don't need that QC. What I need is you to open up the QC file. Alright, there we go. Alright, so it couldn't find this one because it doesn't exist. I'm going to change that one. Save. Collision model joints is that. I don't really need collision model, but maybe I do. I don't know. We'll just go with it. Clear, compile. There we go. This will take a moment. I don't expect it to pass because the last time I tried to do it like this, it kind of said, herder, too many vertices. Error, access violation. Okay. Actually, I think if I look at it right, there's a thing here. Let me show you this page. And it says, where's the access violation one at? Well, error code. Try compiling with Half-Life. With open. Wait, what if I have Half-Life Model Viewer open? That's probably. Let's just see what happens when I do this. Whoops. Sorry, I'm blocking chat and making a mess of things. There we go. Let's try that again. Half-Life Model Viewer closed. It's not closed. Son of a bitch. Hold on. Close that. Okay, there we go. That one's closed. Okay. I have a piece of software, I can't remember what it's called again, that lets me have different bars on the bottom, status bars, test bars, whatever. And each one of those can be a different item. So say I have a file explorer window over here, the 3, I could also have one of my other monitors, but it's a different, obviously, window. Alright, so I'm trying to think, why is it a model has too many vertices cutting into multiple models, blah 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 blah. So hey, oh yeah, okay. So what I did last time to fix this issue is I actually brought it in the Blender. Look at this garbage. I have to create DMXs is what I have to do. So we're going to X delete. Waiting for Bearded Doom guy to laugh at me for using Blender, but whatever. Import source blah blah blah, and then we're going to go out there and open up that projects, source filmmaker, model source, and then I'm going to start with what do I do? I'm going to main shape because the main one's the biggest one. I mean, I may have to just go out there and redo the entire freaking. Why? What? Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe I can change bone sizes. I don't know. Stick, octoid, envelope. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing here, so. Yeah, like these bones are the size that are exporting out of Maya. Now, the main issue here is I'm working at such a high level of a big scale. I may DMX and it just failed. Okay, here's an idea we can work with. We can go in there to trying to figure out what was the proper scaling for whatever, but we'll go to preferences first. Surfaces, UI elements, display, settings. So I'm working in centimeters. Maybe let me check this one real quick. with my instructions for Mesa real quick. Source engine, Maya settings for source engine. Tells me, oh, the unit system and source engine is based off the inch system. Okay, well, maybe I should change that to inch. Save. Okay. Now we go out there and we do this again. Isn't that fun? But first we save. Hold on, what? Let's go Y pelvis 095. I wonder if maybe if I did that. This is the one I changed, the pelvis bone. Please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash. I think it's because I was working in the wrong units, but it may be a multi-part issue. This is why I'm going to try one-to-one scaling on the original bone that I changed after changing to the inch system. So, yeah, see, this looks about right, at least for that. So let's try this again after we save, of course. And then, because it's the golf balls and blended that really have me worried, and I think it's because I scaled 1 to 1. If I'll have to definitely redo all the frickin' exports. So paths, SHMB, yes, okay, paths, phi model, and we got phi model, but I would create a phi model, I really would, but it's going to. This is going to kill. It doesn't. It's so far not so bad for SFM, but for Gmod, it's just going to ruin it. So now we wait again. So let's do things while we're waiting. I'm trying to think. Can I move this? No, I can't move it. Instead, we're going to bring up this. And go in through DeviantArt because I have nothing else better to do. Let's see. Lots of stuff. Apparently, long swords been making stuff. Okay, cool. Poppy, updated something. Surya, there we go. Ooh. For highlighting. Oh, the highlighting thing is probably from the from that tutorial on Goba lights or whatever the lights are using. Did you? There's a lot of jaggediness on it. Did you scale up or something? Like, I don't know. Are you screenshotting and not rendering? Because there is yeah, I think you're cutting it out. Are you using green screens at all, Surya? You can answer in comments if you want to. I probably could show you how to do a green screen effect at some point, if you're up for it. I've done it before. In fact, I'll show you where I did it. Let's see. Profile. Still dumping. Okay. Let's see. Where in my gallery? I've got. It's like it's a little bit picture. Right here. Here it is. All right. So right here this is a green screen effect I did, and I've added some film, um, some noise purposely for film effect. But this is a green screen effect that I did. When was this? This was March actually of last year. This background was created in Maya and generated through View Extreme, and I took that, rendered it out, and then I put in Little Pip here, and I used a green screen effect, but it didn't for this one actually. Snapshot. Okay. The green screening you got to be careful on. I'm guessing you're using Photoshop. You may want to find someone who's more expert on it, but green screening is kind of hard unless you know what you got to figure out. You not only have to have like a green screen here, right? Like this is going to be green, but you also got to make sure that in Photoshop you've got enough of the proper padding, I guess, so you're not taking out the model, but you're taking out the green. I haven't done it since last year, so you may want to find someone who does. But this is a green screen effect right here. And it's going. Yeah, I don't think that's the problem. Keep an eye on that. Yeah. I'm just gonna, while we're here, I'm not doing anything else. See how this lighting here is jaggy? This wouldn't be green screen effect right here. This is that's not a green screen effect. Maybe this around here, that is. But I think you may want to try rendering, even if you're, I mean, it all depends on what you want to do with it, but rendering it may give you a little more better options here. You may also try a fill light instead of trying to rely on a rim for that effect. Obviously, the sun should be blocking, artistically speaking or scientifically speaking or whatever, realistic speaking, the brightest source of light is going to be the sun. And because she's completely face backwards to it, that may make sense in the corona. But she's still in the corona of the sun, which is that ghost thing going on there. So you may try to maybe fill light right there, just a little bit of fill light, so you don't have complete black to these edges. But you're also having an issue with jaggediness on the light. So just giving ideas. Hit erase the background, yeah. Alright, we're still doing that, so we'll move along. Sunny Horse, Doom Guy. Doom Guy released something. Are you in chat still? Maybe, maybe not. That's funny. I don't need you anymore. Go over there. I don't know what. Doom Guy, do you not have a good graphics card or something? Because, damn. You need some ambient occlusion or some shit on that. Sneaking links. Okay. I like Bronycon. He's a decent modeler. He just can't. He doesn't have a sense for rendering. Okay, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to hate on your art or anything. It's just while I'm sitting here trying to think of things to do while I'm wasting around. It's just that. I didn't know Moonchaser was a modeler, but apparently they're making these lantern suits or whatever. It's cool. Shastro. Like Shastro's working on making his own pony mesh. Or he already has made his own pony mesh. Okay. The main problem I have a lot of the honey meshes coming out is that, or a lot, not really problem, but a lot of people comment on it, is the faces aren't always that great. Kind of hard to see with that one though. Apparently he's live streaming too. Why is he live streaming? I'm seeing him in Bronycon. Okay. That's cool. Now, this guy, holy crap. Seems like everything he makes is epic. Must be the particles or something, I don't know. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, okay, let me introduce you to a mini Percy, yeah. Let me introduce you to an artist that is phenomenal with SFM. Now, you wouldn't think this is SFM. You think it's like 2D art. But I swear to God, it is SFM. Let me show you. The one that can. When I used to be on SFM, Source Filmmaker, the group, not SFM Buddies, but the other one. We got confused by this person's art because it's just so good. Or so, you can't tell that this is SFM. Like, look at this. Does anything in this tell you it's SFM? It's what we call a matte painting, and it's just phenomenal. Like, this is like leagues above anyone else I've seen. And they said, Gilly asked for proof, and when they gave proof, it's like, oh yeah, that is the shot with. I think Maya's done. Yeah, that is the shot. It has all the meshes. It's just you painted a bunch. Like you did all the work. It's amazing. Okay, so we have the idol. We submitted out. I want to run this through Blender once more. Yeah, it looks 2D. I mean, that's the thing is, I've seen matte paintings before. That's what a matte painting is. A matte painting is basically where you take 3D geometry and you render it out, and then you take that and you do 2D work on it. So if you ever watch something like, if you ever watched the movie The Fifth Element, right? And if you haven't, I'm sorry if I'm spoiling something, but it's been out for 20 years, so whatever. The part where Lilu jumps off the building and she looks down, there's a bunch of cars. That is actually a matte painting. And what it is it's 3D where they painted on it. Made it look like a painting, but it actually looks real. It looks like a realistic thing. That's before like big CG. Like CG was just beginning to be a thing back then. Let's see. It's almost my sister. She was born in '95. Let's see. Source Filmmaker, model source, main. Let's do main L shape again, just for the sake of consistency here. I will say that maybe maybe an hour or less, I probably will be falling off the bed. I'm feeling that tiredness. Okay. There we go. It's humongous, but So we're gonna save these as DMXs. Get your rest, yeah. So that's the thing is, I mean, I've been up since 1 p.m. It's not like I've been up all day, you know. But I've got to make this final push. Gotta get done. So, see, I can't even think. Where am I supposed to go? Sitting here, wasting everyone's time. Makes it back up. Where's my stream at? I got 4 people still. Wow. Surprised you caught me on the tail end of my thing and still have people derping around. Alright, so project, source filmmaker, model source, and we're going to accept that as location. DMX, we're going to Z-axis DMX, we're going to say that. Okay, we're going to export that. Oh, didn't do it. Export. Model source. Now we're going to start with attachment, because don't we all love attachments? This is correct. Now I just want to go back over here to... Maybe it saved it. Are you shitting me? Really, Blender? Ignore Blender. Yeah, I will totally ignore Blender for that. Are you shitting me? Really? Oh my god. I do this every single fucking time. Model source. Okay, we're going to accept. At least it's exporting in the names I give it, you know? Otherwise I would just lose my shit. Check that again. Model source. Do I have a DMX? Yes, I have a new DMX there. I'm going to put it over here because I want to see that. Work with a clean. I hate basic stuff. Okay. Import. Up, up, up. Down. Projects. Source filmmaker. Model source. Attach L-shape DMX. No, we don't want that. We want attach L-shape. R-shape. We want R-shape. Yes, R-shape. God damn it. I'm confused again. Okay. Now I have to go back over here, and of course I forgot. Let me make sure I don't go crazy again. I'm gonna get this path, and I'm gonna do it. Well, let me copy and paste it at least. Model source. Yes. Copy. Whoops. Control Z, maybe? Control C, and then we're going to accept. And then we're going to export scene files. I'm going to make sure it comes in. Did it work? Yeah, there we go. Takes a second. No, dummy. Okay, there we go. X. X. Wasn't this tired to go 5 minutes ago, or 10 minutes ago? What's up? Imports. Up, up, up. Down. Projects. Model source. R shape. L shape of front. Do I have that? I don't have that in DMX from. Okay. Then we go back into here. What are you now, Blender? Good fucking job. Okay. New one again. This is modeling. This is doing things over and over again. Right. Import, import, import. Up, up, up. Down, down, up, down. And once more down. So this is the gun front of the left shape. I need the gun front of the R shape. Should be this one. Okay. So that's right. Starting to get tired. You're like, damn, all these complex things I have to do that don't seem very complex at the time, and now become impossible. Yeah, this is going to be a last operation. I'm going to compile it, see if it works, and then we're going to, I could probably create a, I have to create the VMTs for the rest of the stuff. In fact, I have to rename the VMTs, I think. Oh, no, I don't. No, no. Create a couple, though. Okay, we just finished the R shape. We're going to go do again. I told you new. Yes. Yes. Okay. I really kind of hate the fact that I don't know how to export DMXs from Maya. I would do it myself. In fact, I would stick to DMX simply because DMX is a better format, but I can't export DMX. Alright, so down, down, down. So just the R shape of the front, right? Yep. Front R shape. Okay, so gun main. I have the gun main L shape, so I don't need to do that again. That's created a few minutes ago. Gun main L shape DMX. Yes. Okay. L shape R shape. Okay. There we go. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Okay. Actually, that exported pretty fastly. That's pretty amazing. Alright, I'm gonna reload. up, down, 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 down. This one, what was that? The main R shape. We got the main L shape, so those are done. So we got. Make sure I've got 2 attaches. I got the main. I got 2 fronts. I got gun main. I say 2 mains, 2 fronts, 2 attaches. So that takes care of the guns. So. Yeah. Alright. Now we just move down to the rest of the pony, and then we'll be done with the DMXs. And then we'll have to go back into the S&D, QC, and modify that to DMXs, so that way it knows to use the DMX, not the S&Ds. Warning, 11 vertices, the head shape have over 3 weight links. What? Oh, okay. I hate how the arrows just go away. Yeah, I wasn't trying to reading them, thanks. I wasn't finished writing them, right? Lol. Alright, once again. Up, up, up. Down, down, down. Mouse source, yes. We just did the head shape. We need to do the main shape, I think. Yeah, so we need main, rear, tail. Okay, we've got this one and 2 more. I'm getting repetitive, I know. I have to talk to myself because otherwise I can't process it through the executive part of the brain that tells me that I did something. And even though I'm tired now, it helps a lot. So. All right, that's the new DMX file. So let's go back into. Model source. Let's see, idle. Just did the main shape. That means I only have 2 more to go. Yay. This one. There's the rear shape, and now back to the new. We'll do this once more, and we will be done. Get her done, as the Canadian redneck once said. Last time I have to say this, I hope. Up, 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 up. Down, 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 and we go. Last time I have to say that shit. There we go. Export scene files. Yay. Tail shape's done. Okay. Alright, so you think I'm talking to myself, which I am. but these are the DMXs we created, which are the same names as the other ones, as SMDs. So what that allows me to do is, one, turn off DeviantArt, go back into, not this, we're done with this for now. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so where's my Still Hooves QC file at? Probably somewhere. I'll look at it later on. Alright. Here's where we play copy paste. Actually, find, replace the SMD with DMX. Similar but find next. Find next. Replace. Replace, 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 replace. Replace, replace, replace. Alright. That was easy. You want to start taking bets on if this is going to work or not? Because I do. Oh shit. I should have just fucking DMX'd that shit. Well, we'll see how it happens. For some reason you have to use DMX to get the better features out of it, I guess. Single error. Not even like, hey, high warning. There's lots of things here. I mean, there was. No? Not really. There's no LEDs there. Is it creating LEDs for some reason? Alright, whatever. We're going to load this up and see what happens. There's nothing there. That might be a problem. Steel Hooves Beta. Please load, please load, please load. Model. I don't see it. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. It finds SH chest, SH rear, SH tail, SH Elgin main. It probably doesn't find the other ones. Let's see other things. Actually, you know what we could do? We could open up Source Filmmaker and just see what's going on. I'm not really concerned about the materials right now. I can fix that easy enough. It's just the freaking scale is what was bothering me. going to assume it's going to be pretty big, so we're just going to go up here already. Just do it for... Yeah, it's just humongous. Look at that. What the devil? Oh, did I... Hold on, let me... Okay, so just looking at it right now, it looks to be, and it's too big, obviously. We got all our body groups here. What the deuce? Okay, hold on. First of all, we're missing the head here. I think maybe it's being cut off. Let me oh, wait a minute. That's not as big as it was before, I don't think. Is it? Definitely not as big as it was before. This may be the original scale. For some reason that head's not there. The head apparently I think had more than 3 influence cells on it though. I don't know if that was the problem or not, but for some reason I'm missing if the geometry was there, it would be one thing, but it's not there for some reason. Scale's not horrible. It's just not right. It should be roughly less than that. But what this means is... Wait. What is it loading again? What mesh is it loading? Let me... Little bones, sequence, blah blah blah, body parts, attachments. Let me do that. Well, I want to say that what I have in mind. See, the head is missing. However, the head's supposed to have what? SHB, attach. It's supposed to be... Oh, you know what? That's what it is. The head's not supposed to be main shape. What in the deuce? I don't know what I did, but I didn't do it right. Okay. I did something wrong. Alright, so the head shape, the head is main shape. That's dirt. So, where did that go to? It's over here. On the source, here we go. I need SHB head shape 1.dmx. And that's with an S. Yes, okay. Head shape, SHB underscore 8. Yeah. What am I missing? Also, I'm not missing the attach. I am missing attach. Maybe I'm not missing attach. I'm not sure. See, from one angle, I see the normal slipped or something. And I don't know. Let's on the issue problems, the problems with issues, or whatever. The things with issues we're going to switch to S&Ds with. I'll leave head shape DMX because I knew that was an issue. See, the next problem is the attach for the right attach. So left gun, front, left gun, right gun. What? Okay. Well, herp-a-derp. The right gun main should be this. That's why that's missing. Alright. Is anything else left in it? No? I'm only missing the main body and then the attach. Where's the main body at? Main body is SHB gun. Main R shape. Is that what it is? Or is it something else? Should be SHB gun underscore gun underscore main underscore R shape. Yes. Okay. Now we save this. Now we compile this. And we try this again in a second. Now the scale was not perfect, but it wasn't as humongous. Wait, what? Too many bone influxes per vertex. Well, ain't that just brilliant? How about take what I give you? Completed. Okay. Lovely. Let's test for scale one more time. Test for working in this event at least. Where is it? It's missing the front there. As far as scale goes, I mean, it's also okay. I think it's just confused the VMT. It's for some reason the normals are reversed or something. I don't know. It shouldn't be because this doesn't have problems. But when I look out this way, it's reversed. I can't see the whatever. So let's once again do a scale thing, just to diversify our stuff going on. And whoa. clearly that's not the right scale. Because when we add, say, yeah, I'm in a style right now. But it's not as big as it was before, I don't think. Or maybe it is. If I get Aggie onto, well, whoops, wrong one. Oh, look at me, I'm playing with myself, hooray! Directly center on that. Well, not really, but kind of, maybe. We just need to get a rough estimation of scale. So, not doing it that way. That booty. Got the booty. He-do. Quite the large one too. Look, I'm riding on top of still hooves. Yay! Yeah, I get crazy when I get laid. Well, get laid. Get tired. Okay, so we're gonna do a 0.01 scale, which goes to nothing. So not 0.1, not 0.5, maybe 0.5, maybe 0.3. Okay, we're getting more there. Not quite, but kind of. The transform scale's kind of messed up, but that's all right, I guess. I want to be able. I wish I could lock A on here. I think he's still too big. Or yeah, because when I hit the clip part, he's rather big. So we need to adjust once more. Not 2. Wait, what? Not 3.5. Oh. 2.5. In the wrong direction. You have that Argo syndrome. Oh, yeah, I guess it sounds right. Look at this. Look at this. No one can know who I was before I put on the mask. Oh my god. Oh my god. Totally baned that. Okay. Well, time to get rid of the silly bane. I'm gonna fine tune this one some more, just not in the same way as, but in the sense that we get a little bit of sense or something, I don't know. Aggie, of course, is wearing her trademarked scalp, scarf, blah, blah, blah. Oh, look, there's a surgery mask. I forgot I had that on there. No one who cares who I was if I put on the mask. Alright, that'll work. I'll leave that one there. I forgot I had that. Like, I haven't completed it. I haven't really worked on it, but it's there. It's not part of the public model, though. Yeah. I'm trying to work on my... apparently it's a mixture of Sean Connery, Captain Picard, and doing tongue-in-cheek thing. I don't know. All right. So first of all, we need to center off. Let me do Aggie first. Let's keep with the tradition of limiting variables. It seems like it's a tad small, but not in the neck area. Like maybe if I move it back a touch, not that much. Even though I won't be using the wings and the stuff, I'll be taking those off. I'm getting a gross estimation of scale here. And what I'm seeing here is that either it's too big or it's too small. I'm gonna assume that's too small, or too big. So we're just gonna go down once. And I don't think that really helped us any, but because it's moving back as well in the center, so we'll need to readjust every time we do that. And whenever you use it as armor, you'll want to make sure that you're scaling your stuff out. Well, your pony's body out, basically. I'll show you that in a second. I think it's about right. Oh, Jesus. My butt's showing. Even more butt showing. Okay. Yeah, because it doesn't really matter. It's just, I want to make sure it's relatively scaled pretty well. If I move it slightly back or forward, slightly forward, okay. My butt's sticking through. So I think it's, would that be too small or too big? I think it's too small. Unless maybe the thing needs to be pushed up a little bit. Match the hooves. Sorry, wrong direction. Wrong direction again. Yay. You see, it's kind of like covering that. Now the pose position is the same as it would be before, but I really think that's a touch small. I'm trying to fix this neck area. It's like there's a hole there. I guess I could use no coal on there to no coal on there to do that. Yes. No coal for the inside faces, but 245, that kind of helps a little bit. 249 maybe a little bit. No, 255, 245. When I scale it, of course, it does mess up the alignment there. So I'm being a little anal retentive. Okay. I think we're going to call this a fine thing. My pony and Bane mask plus still his armor. Okay, so at this point, what you would do is start adding scale controls to was it the left shoulder of the pony itself, not steel hose, doofus. Oh, because it's okay. Never mind. I'll do this manually. Start adding skill controls. Yay. Control. Control. In fact, I'm not even going to do all of them because I'm going to show you what I mean. Shoulder scale. Down. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't have to do every last single thing because once you scale one bone, it gets rid of, yeah. And of course, the wings open, which is that bone. I'm going to add a scale, and that's going to go away. Left wing open, we're going to add a scale, and that, my friend, is going away too. My left tail. So we'll start at the root bone of that segment, and then we'll limit the amount of actual scales we have to do. So my butt's still sticking through. Oh no, not my butt. Okay, so I have to go back over here to right thigh. We're going to add the right thigh, and we're going to use the left thigh as well. And that solves that problem. So, unlike last time, we're going to put this down now. Yeah, don't put the horse down. The horse doesn't need to go down yet. I think it's actually clipping back there. At that point, that would be fair. Is that clipping up there? And I think there's actually a issue with the centering. So if I do that, no one who cared who I was until I put on the mask and all the fucking armor as well. Oh god, that was horrible. Both my voice acting and that move. Oh, okay, we'll just deal with that with Cole and the no Cole in the BMT for that at some point. So what's important here is we know what the root transform scale that we decided to use, which is 0249, which translates to 0.249 on scale, which actually is a lot bigger than what the other one was, which was causing problems. So let us go to scaling. I'm going to add a scale modifier here. And what was that? It was that, but because 01, because the original scale when you did it, it was it 0.01? It was 0.1. Let me just test that out real quick. Add scale control to Aggie. Her scale control is 0.1. So, scale of 1, she is the on point. Yeah, okay. Quit trying to do Bane impressions while you're tired. Okay, so if we were going to set, well, they imply a scale of 1 when you compile it. Scale of 1 would be 0.1 in SFM when you add a scale control to it without actually scaling it. So we're going to move the decimal point on this 1 over, which means we're going to get rid of the 0 right there. And we're going to hit Control Save. We're not going to touch anything else. We're going to test the scale control right now. We're going to have to first compile it first. First compile it first, yes. Yes, we will. I'm hoping by the time I'm done here, I know I said an hour, but it'll be until I'm happy with a night's work, because tomorrow I don't want to be doing this same stuff. I want to. I'm so close to being done as far as the base that if I'm able to finish tomorrow, I can start working on the materials in the VMT, making them better. And because I redid the I redid the chest, so I can work on stuff. Now I can't sculpt it because it's got some errors, but we'll figure it out. I'm not actually going to sculpt the current chest mesh because I need to just use the old original one and set seams smooth, clean up, and it should be good to go. Alright, good thing, no errors. We're going to close this down, which is SFM, because you can't see it obviously. Oh, not mine. I don't want mine open. Well, I do, but I don't give two rats' butts for that. We're going to go over here now to our, that's our open source filmmaker. Of course, the advantages of doing the scaling thing is the only thing you'll actually have to worry about when moving is the neck. So when you move the legs, you'll be moving the legs of the steel hose model or the whatever. So I'm not going to try lining stuff up again if it doesn't work, because that just takes too much time. Or I got a kind of idea of what I need, so there's no point in reduplicating that. I don't need steak. Maybe I do need steak, but not right now. Okay. That is actually what I wanted. If you'll look at this real quick. That did everything I wanted to do, I think. I'll have to compare it to... shit, that's not... I moved the camera. I should have switched the word camera, but that's not a problem. New model. Aggie. Of course, maybe we should move the camera here. Because if this works, if this is about what I was expecting, what I'll do is I'll go in the VMT, set up the VMTs, and try it again and see if we can get it to work. Because if I can get it to display, I'll consider today's work successful. Otherwise, not so much. Yes. I'll probably run off to McDonald's or something when I'm done too. I would go other places, but unfortunately I'm saving it for a massive surgery, so I cannot spend too much money on food. Okay, there we go. Rough estimation of scale. If the decimal point didn't work, it would have been bad. Okay, so yeah. I'm the face that... Okay, so that worked pretty well. Let me make sure that the bone scaling on here works, because I want to make sure that works. So left hand, cool. As expected. We're going to go down. We're just going to test this one. I'm going to test every bone. I just want to make sure that the... Oh, it's a geared test. I'm going to check to see what the gun does. First of all, what... Oh, that's just the, that arrow. Okay, so... What I have the guns attached to is the right wing open and close. So the left wing is this one, and it's supposed to move that up. Oh, there we go. Amazing. Look at that. Pew pew pew. Pew pew. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Pew 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 pew. I guess you can aim it if you wanted to. I mean, for some odd reason, the orientation of this joint is... Let me go back. There we go. See what this orientation is? If I could... Oh, there we go. Switch globe axis. Forget what I just said. Or was going to say. Pew pew. That's not how guns work. I know I'm not as entertaining as Argademon, but that's okay. I consider that pretty good. Let's create those VMTs that we need. The gun attach one, obviously. You know what? Let's leave this open because I don't know if maybe I don't want to do this blind. You know what I mean? So, in here is where I've stored these. Effectively, they're going to be the same thing until I fine-tune it. So let's open this and that. We're going to save as... Let me set that. I know what to do. Close this garbage out. So SFM, I'm looking at it right now. I've got the gun body side. What I need is the front face first. Okay. The front face, that material attribute is expecting me to do something right. There we go. The guns are going to be movable. Yes. Originally I had done it to the shoulder, but the problem with the shoulder was when you walk, most people try to use walk cycles, right? And I originally made it where the shoulder joints didn't affect anything over here. Like you would think the shoulder joint would mess with stuff here, but because it's metal, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work like a skin. And so when I did that, I was thinking, okay, this would be great. Unfortunately, what I had in mind when you walked, you know, you would be using the forelegs, but no one does that. No one has walk cycles for that. Everyone uses walk cycles that use the default shoulder to the main, you know, leg movement. So for the ease of the people that would be using it, I decided to switch it over to the pre-existing left wing closed or right wing closed. And there's other bones in there, you know, obviously, because open and closed, and they use the full mesh, the full thing. But yeah, that's what I decided to do. That way, they're independently positionable. Like, pretend for a moment that you have Iron Man helmet, and you can actually change the direction of your stuff by looking at stuff or something. Think of it like that, effectively. So anyway, back to this. We want to save this as SH L-gun front, yes. BMT, and we will be wanting SH L-gun. So now, yes, we do. My roommate was chiming in, talking to our cat, I think. Alright, so I don't need materials in there. I need materials. Oh, I know why I was doing that. I put the targets in the actual file, the directory there, but for the sake of time, we're just going to go ahead and work with it. So I'm importing SH front target, yes, okay. What the fuck? It's okay. It's a 4096 file, right? Yeah, okay. I think. Which one was it? It was Argon. No. So, mid-size. I don't know why it's 4096 is what I wanted. You know, it could max upsize, but image size Pixels. Actually, we don't need that high of a thing in there for this one, so we're going to do 1024 by 1024 just to save memory. Okay. Now we're going to save that. And now we're going to go redo that and see if maybe that fixed the problem, because I think it did. Bingo. It doesn't have to be that small, that just was for my convenience, but... Alright, so I think I put them not there. Forgive me as I'm putting a shortcut to save myself time. There we go. I'm going to save this as it's HTML main. Oh, yep, okay. What? Elgon? Is this Elgon? This is... No. Front. Elgon. Front. We have Elgon main, and we have Elgon front. VTF, yes, okay. Alright. Won't test it just yet, because we don't have everything else ready to go. Back to this. Actually. Let's... What's it looking for, the next one? The next one's looking for attach, I think. Yeah. Pretty sure that's the same one that the other side uses. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Almost there. Let's see. I'll need the VMT for that. Thankfully, we don't have to do this twice, so Argon attached. Okay, whatever. It's actually using the left gun attached, but just no knowledge, not thinking it matters. Okay, so we're going to call that, and then we're going to look for that. Save again. Now we're going to open up Argon attach, which is actually not there. Filmmaker, material source, sh, chest, sh, Argon attach, target file. I think that's the one we want. Now that I think about it, it'd be probably easier if we just... What the fudge boner? Oh, it's the same damn thing. That's because it's... you know what? I have a brilliant idea. It's incredibly brilliant. You wouldn't believe how brilliant it is. First of all, don't we have this area sign? Okay, yeah, we do. We're going to take there. Do that. See how easy that is? I'm going to save that real quick. Because those are already in use by another location. Are you already opening something? I don't know. Close that. Close. Control save. Okay. We're going to open SH. Gun attach. SH gun attach. SH. R gun attach. Okay, R gun front. R gun attach. Open. Oh no, look at this. It's so bad and ugly. Whatever shall I do? Clearly I need to change my image size again. Oh, you know what? This is attached, isn't it? Lol. Guess what? We'll just leave it black. Right now it would show the wireframe. We don't want the wireframe on there. So let us change the image size. Edit image size. Image size. Sorry, I'm getting tired. Let us increase the brush size to over 9,000. Or not. Let's just do that. You can always export the UV maps out later again. Yes. Control. Save. Okay. We're going to attach our... okay. While we're here, we're going to open up SH, because we know this is going to be a problem throughout all of them. Lgun front, Lgun main, Argun main, Argun main. Okay. That looks about right. Except for you to change this to image size of 2048. Maybe that will work, but go ahead and do 10. Just for the sake of doing so. What? Did VTF open somewhere else? No. You know what? It's already 2048. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. The other ones were like 4K for some unknown reason. SH gun, R gun front is the last one I think we need to worry about for this. Yeah, there we go. And this is supposed to be not black. Not that anything wrong with being black. It's just not gonna be black for this one. Image size 1024. Let's save all the megabytes of your video RAM by switching to Geico and 1024 megavision. Blah blah blah. Amazing how that works. Okay, control save. Okay. No, ShareX, I want you to stop bothering me. This is our gun attachment. Okay, so let's go back here and check our privilege. I mean, our EMTs. Head, our L-gun front, L-gun main, R-gun attach, which will be the same for the L-gun. R-gun attach, VMT. We need R-gun front and R-gun side. Many things. So we're going to go back to model source over here somewhere. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to go back over here and we're going to open material on this one and copy this name right here. Call this right there. V. Save as. So SH I got. This one right here. Okay. And we're just going to go ahead and assume we want pretty sure that's what we need, but we're going to check it once more. That's this one right here. And that was supposed to be Sure, the attributes and yes, okay. Go away. Save as. Okay. And now we need to open BTF edit and finish up our BTFs. To finish up our BTS, we should be ready to try out the stuff. I don't need this anymore, I don't think. I'm going to go into this to lose beta. I'm going to open up. I'll start by type, I think. So let me make sure everything. Okay, we have it's VTFs of the guns. We have the gun front, all gun main. We don't have the attached. Okay, we'll do the attached one first. Imports. Sorry, I'm on the screen here. Argon attach, I think is what it was. Yeah. Let's bring this over here. Save as. Source filmmaker. No, over here, and we're going to save this as. Argon attach. Okay. And then we need to import Argon front from material source. We're almost there, guys. If this works, which I won't, you know, hold my breath on, it'll be a last. Probably will be a last either way. I mean, in the point where I need to get food because I'm starving my ass off, which is not exactly a bad thing, you know. Now we import last bit, which was, what did I just create? I created a so the argons, we have the argon front, we have the argon attach, we don't have the argon main. Okay. Projects, source filmmaker, material source, sh. Oh, blocking chat. Good job. Argon main. Where's my argon main at? What? Front. Attach. Shit. Where did I put that at? Front. Attach. Front. I don't have... Aha, you know what we could do? This is just brilliant. Just fucking brilliant. You wouldn't believe what I'm doing. This has got to be the best thing I've ever done in my life, I think. This is one solid color for now. We're going to be lazy. Hooray. Argon main. Yeah, it didn't exist. What? Oh, fuck you, buddy. SH Argon main. That's right. I tell you off. Alright, let's go back up there. And now we saved it in T4A, this, and then Argon main. Was it Argon main? Yeah, it was Argon main. Please work, please work, please work, please work, please work, please work. Yes. Okay. Save as. That's not what? No, not from gun, but main. Okay. Now we are going to play. See if it works. It's a big step, you know. Of course, you have to open the screen like you always do, eh? Buddy. Alright, so, new set for new model. Steel hoofs. Beta. Oh, fuck me with a spoon. It's no longer a material error, it's a normal error. As in normal, it's not as in, it's just a random normal error. I want to know why. The normals are fine. There are other ways of doing this. It's not terribly but an issue, but the biggest issues for this particular thing in the Argon mains, the main body parts. For some reason, the normals are reversed. Yeah, see, the normals are reversed. I don't know why. Let me check the normals position on Maya, but I don't think that's the Maya problem. It's something to do with... do I want to turn it on and risk that, or do I not want to turn it on and risk that? There's so many normals. If I go in here to there, see, that's black. So normals are reversed in Blender is what it is. If I had to guess, because the normals are fine here, it would be. I mean, you know, let's assign a new material just for the sake of showing you that what I mean. Yeah, assign new material. Whatever. Okay, so that's normal. That's reverse normal. Haha. So what that means is Blender fucked up. But that's okay. Blender always fucks up. Let's determine where the issues are here, and then we'll work on it. We're probably going to switch back to our SMDs for... No, there's fine. It's the other one. Like, I don't know what it is. It's using this freaking... Now this one, I couldn't tell you why. It's probably the... I could tell you why. It's the things we repainted. But that's okay. Not a big deal. This is what the normals are. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go back again and change in the QC file the stuff back to whatever. So it was the Argon front. That'll be SMD. SHB gun front R shape, yes, okay. And then it was the gun front attached, that'll be SMD as well. And the main was the problem as well, so we're going to try this. It's probably going to break shit, but we don't have much of a choice at this point. At least, not unless we want to go back there and check normals in Blender, which I have no bloody clue how to do. Now what I could do, while we're sitting here waiting, is fix the L gun front. Oh yeah, that's the problem. I was lazy. So that means you're lazy. Oh, what the fudge did I do? Okay, well, I'm just going to be even more lazy and call that done. Okay. VTF out, we'll go ahead and import those actually back in the source filmmaker, material source, SH, argon front. Is it argon front, argon front, argon front? Okay, so let's pretend for a moment that we only need to make this dmx. And then we recompile it again. Because if that's the case, I'll just try to fix the normals on that. But if I was doing multiple models, it's going to be a pain in my ass. We'll test it once more. I wonder if how hard it is to just flip normals. Because I have to do it in Blender. Yeah. Make normals consistent. Alright, so first of all, we're going to go back into SFM once again. Make sure that the change that I made works. And obviously, it's a normals issue. I could no-cull it, but I'm pretty sure that messes up certain things. I'm going to avoid it as much as I can. Obviously, the normals define how the light's going to affect stuff, and no-cull basically it was okay, but if you use it for the primary thing, it's going to be kind of a butt. Okay, I'm pretty sure that it didn't resolve any of my issues. In fact, I'm pretty sure that... What is it using for? Hold on. Maybe I should reload materials. Because if you look at this real quick, that didn't change this. But yeah, I saved. I'm pretty sure I saved this. L-gun front. Save as. L-gun front. Yes. Thank you. We'll do this again. What? I mean, it's showing the face, obviously, but it's not... Like, this one's not showing the face. If I put... You can see the inside of the frickin' face. That's not what's supposed to happen. See... This shows correctly. In fact, I'm pretty sure... What are you seeing here? This is, that is an inside face, yes. It's just the frickin' normals are messed up. It's not on the entire thing either, it's... that's the... Yeah. Normals are messed up. Those normals issue. So let me, and that's beyond Blender, I think. Let me check Maya real quick. I'm pretty sure I don't have that ability turned on that you can see through faces, or have both sides showing, but I can display on polygons face normals. And you know what, let's face normals are right. I mean, look at this. It's like bam, face normals. I scaled -1. Hold on, maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Oh my god, that bloody fucking hell. You know what I should have done before I did this? I should have freeze transformations. I did the same thing here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so dare I do that again? Dare I'm guessing this... Okay, let me explain what I did here. I used the same mesh from here over here. And the trick to do mirroring is to scale duplicate special and then -1 across the axis you want to scale across, you want to mirror across. I'm guessing that modified the normals, so I have to do a double negative, more or less. Now, I could do this again. It's going to waste a ton of time. So instead of doing that, we're going to go and try this in Blender real quick. We're going to not use the tail. Like, we're going to new. I'm going to go ahead and delete, 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 import source engine up. I said I was done, but I'm not, obviously. Up, Mesa, projects, source farm maker, I mean filmmaker, sorry. Model source, and we were looking for gun main. We'll work with the gun main first. My main gun of the R shape. We'll work with the SMD, the original. So I'm looking at some documentation. All I want to do is reverse normals. How do I reverse normals? Oh, I know. I could probably type it in. It'd be better. Okay, so for some reason... I mean, it looks right here. That's the problem. Or does it? Yeah, it does. Okay. Let's say we want to flip normals. No? No, we're not do that. Okay, normal. Obviously, there's no easy button for that. Great. Anyone know Blender? Can chime in about flipping normals? No. Okay. Oh, you know what we could do? Fill, convert quads, try normals. Okay. I need to be in edit mode for one. I'm looking at a thing right now. Why in God's name is it? Oh, it's SMD. Okay. Hotkey W. Alt number pad. I don't have an alt number pad. Mesh. Normalize. Normal flip on. Flip. Okay. So I need to select by object. What is this object? Transformation. Vertex. Edge. Face. Well, you know, we could just go to faces. And then we're going to mesh, normals, flip normals. Maybe that works, I don't know. I'm going to go back to object mode. And we're going to, once again, export out. Lovely if I don't have that in my copy paste thing anymore, so we're gonna have to go back to where we were. It's a backup, and then we're going to go to model source. No. Projects. Model source. Gun main R shape. Yes, we want to call it that. No, we want to use that as the path. And just because I feel like being extra cautious here, I could go out there and do that. Delete the old one. Which is exactly what I'm doing right about now. There we go. Now we're going to export scene. Export. Scene file export. Now watch the thing here. There we go. There's now a DMX. We are going to recompile that to make sure that that says Argon main DMX. Okay. I'm going to recompile this. Close out source filmmaker. I'm happy the scale worked. I was kind of worried about that, but now that I know how to do it better, like I was, the issue was with the weird looking thing you saw originally was the bone scaling on my end. I tried that before, but I don't know if maybe the I think what it really was is I was in centimeter mode, so I was going too small when I hit the scale, like in the scale in the QC file. So I was using too small of a scale in QC, so it was breaking in there, and that's why I was having to try other methods of doing it. And now would be a good time to ask questions because I have nothing else better to do. could check Twitter, you know. I'll leave the Blender docs open because you never know when those are helpful. Alright, seems like that's finished. Let's check this in Source Form Maker. And because I deleted the old DMX, it means it's gone, and I should have used the new DMX. Oh, look. It's griping. Oh, it's on the other monitor now. Great. Good job. I didn't want it on the monitor that I moved the main monitor onto. That makes too much sense. Okay, there we go. Does it work? Does it work? $5 says it works or doesn't work. No, 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 no. You've killed me, you bastard. Wait. I was right. It failed again. Okay. Well, it is 12:30. I think I know what the issue is. It is obviously. Let's do a recap because I swear to God I'm going to eat food right now. Like I am beyond hungry and low blood sugar. What have we achieved today? We have achieved this today. But to be more frank, we have a scale model that I'm happy with. We've got new UVs in the front here that can be painted. Why didn't you put a banner? What the fuck is Goldmine? Are you a fucking ad bot or some shit? I've seen this before. In fact, let me look up here. I've seen this. Maybe you deleted it. I don't know. I don't know what Goldmine is, and I'm sure as hell not clicking your link, so I don't know what the fuck that is. Like, I'm pretty sure you're a bot, so I'd appreciate it if you took this as a robotic dildo up the butt and shut the fuck up. Thank you. Anyway, clearly this is not pulling over that S&D info. I don't know. But hey, we've got more than we did last time. We'll work with materials next time. I need to probably go in here through Maya. And what we're noticing here is, don't do that. Please don't do what I think you're going to do. No, fuck you, Chelsea. Okay. Anyway, never mind the mess here. Is it a transparent issue? Is it a normal issue? Because this is obviously not transparent, and that's not transparent outside. That is, but it doesn't seem to matter. I'm going to say that maybe this -1 scaling, because if you look at the other gun, it doesn't have a scaling.